Hey everybody, this is Christopher Gimmer from Bootstrap.com and welcome to part 16 of our Bootstrap 3 tutorial. Today we're going to be building a carousel. So first thing I'm going to do is basically just delete the Jumbotron. So we're going to go back into our code and delete that. Then what I want you to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description to our written blog post that we posted on the Bootstrap A blog. And in here we have all the markup for all the HTML markup for the carousel. So what I want you to do is copy this code and then right underneath the container class and above the row class where we have the image previews, I want you to paste this code in. And what I'm going to do is shift this all over so it's indented properly. So if you go to our preview, now we have the carousel. Yeah, it's pretty much as simple as that, and it's going to slide at a rate of 5 seconds per slide. So if we look at the code a little bit, the first line of code is you have your carousel slide, so that gives it the style. And then the important thing here is this data ride attribute, data ride carousel. That's what actually gives it, that's what makes it actually slide. Then you have your indicators right here. So these are optional. So these are the little circles you have underneath. And when they're filled in, they're active. So the first slide is set to active, which is actually 0. And then it'll say data slide to 1 and then data slide to 2. Other thing to mention too is this example uses names the ID carousel example generic, so you're more than welcome to change that. You're actually encouraged to. Just make sure that you change it everywhere else that the ID's referenced. Then you have the wrapper for the slides, so it's in a carousel inner class. And then then within that there's an item class. Then you have your image sources. So here we just use placeholder images. So you're definitely going to want to change that to whatever images you're using, add alt text. And then you can also add a caption, which is a carousel caption class, and that's optional as well. So this gives you the caption text right here. And then finally, you have your controls. So this line of code is basically the left and right arrows that you have to enable users to manually go from one slide to the next. So that's pretty much the markup. Now, if we go back to the written post, on step 3, adjusting the settings, we can actually play around with the settings a little bit, and there's 2 methods of doing so. So I gave you some of the popular ones here, like interval, whether you want to pause or not with the mouse. Okay, so for this example, we're going to change the interval. So for the data attributes method, what you're going to do is you're going to write data dash, and then you're going to use this name here, and then set it equal to whatever property you want. So if we change the interval using the data attributes method, we're going to go up to the first line here with the carousel slide class and the data ride. And then what we're going to do is go data interval equals to, and I'm going to change it to 1000 just so it's very obvious. So we go to our preview. Now you can see that it's sliding at a rate of every second basically. And if we put our mouse over it, then it stops. Now one thing I forgot to do is you'll notice that there's no padding right now, so it looks a little messy. So if we go into our custom CSS file and we add carousel, padding, bottom, 20 pixel, save that. We go back, now we have some padding, and it looks a lot nicer. Then there's also another option. So if we delete this data interval, there's also the jQuery method. So if you scroll all the way down to our bottom where we're loading our JavaScript, we can create a new script here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to call carousel, dot carousel, and then here we're going to go interval 1000 and close off that script. So if we go to our preview, again, it's the slides are changing every second. So those are two methods that you can change adjust the settings, whatever you're more comfortable with. And that's pretty much it on adding a carousel to your Bootstrap site. So make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.